it, mate?
Actually, it was a pretty nice day today. Beautiful sailing weather, and I think we made some progress. We still have some work to do on our boat with some timing and boat handling, and it was pretty good. We had a coach on the boat today.
Yep.
And so we made a few things very obvious, and I think overall we were pretty happy.
And physically,
it was good fun. I think it was it was the first time I was driving the boat, and then going straight to match racing was quite a stressful experience. But I think we did okay, and I think we won a couple of matches, and eventually it's another boat. It's more time and distance, and you have to position yourself for one shot, basically at the start, and then there's a lot of boat handling and a lot of speed, playing the modes and trying to change gear, and that's quite interesting.
How's it been for John Kostecki on board?
It's been a great week. We've had all types of conditions, testing out, all the new systems, umpiring systems, seem to be working well, and has a lot of future, and we just need to keep working on that a little bit. But all in all, a good week. It tests you. It's everything happens quick, and it's multi-hull sailing, at its best. I mean, these new AC45s are fantastic.
How was it for Jimmy Spithill and the Oracle Racing team?
Oh, it's fantastic. I think we've got a bit of everything. We've got full range of conditions, fleet racing, and obviously the match racing today. I'm really, really happy. I think both boats have performed well. I think the fleet's at a really good standard already. There's still a lot for the race committee are learning as well. But I think we've got a really exciting product that that is going to be fun to showcase to everyone out there.
And you had a special guest on board today, Mr. Arthur Spithill.
Yeah, had the old man out there getting in the way, no doubt throwing a few tips my way. But no, it was good to get him out. He loved it. He thought it was fantastic, and like everyone, he sort of questioned the match racing of these boats, but after today, he's completely sold. The manoeuvring in that is very, very good with the wings.
Well, it was fantastic, George. I'd heard they were physical boats, but I just wouldn't have believed just how physical if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. These blokes are very fit athletes, and they're running from one job to the other. I think they were glad to be able to sit down and hike for a minute. At least there's a chance to have a rest from the rest of the activity. But I think it's going to be a fantastic success, the whole series. And I've done a lot of match race umpiring and following match racing for about 15 years. And I think the boats are very suited to match racing. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the first of the World Series.
What's the
thing I found most eerie is with the wing sail, there's no flapping of the sail, so it's very hard to tell whether you're head to wind or on the wind or reaching, or I wouldn't know whether to pull the thing in or let it out, really. It's just hard to tell.
Yep.
So I guess it's a whole new ball game for the guys that trim those things. But the acceleration, it's certainly in the pre-start when the push and shove is on and you're accelerating and decelerating, it sort of throws your head back when they put their foot on the accelerator pedal.
And another fellow countryman of yours, Mr. John Bertrand, out there today. Have you had a chance to chat with John?
No, I haven't seen John. No, I heard he was out there. Yes, I think he would have enjoyed himself as well.
It's ballsy. It's totally new for the America's Cup. But it's really interesting stuff. The technology and pushing the envelope with the structures and obviously the multi-hull scene. Total reinvigoration. It's interesting times.
I think he'd be pretty excited. I know he really enjoys the technology part. And one thing I can guarantee that he's a big fan of wings, because wings won it for him back in '83, and he and I've got something in common. We both like wings.
Good on you. So,
America's Cup's been all about technology. That's been kind of the driver. To stay with monohull, it would have been a big decision relative to what we're seeing here today. So I think it's great. It's exciting for the America's Cup. The big challenge is to get the content off the boats. You know, the intensity. Again, watching the racing from a from the committee boat here is such a dilution of intensity relative to what's on these boats. So, but with the new technology available, I think there's a very good opportunity of getting some of that intensity, decision making, the data and so on, so that the public can actually be part of this incredible thing called yacht racing at the highest level.